Did you know that you can carry forward your concessional contributions for the past 5 years? If not, continue watching this video. Firstly, let's get into why we make concessional contributions. The main point of making concessional contributions is to overall reduce our tax liability, but at the same time, maximize the balance in our superannuation account. Many people watching this video may already be doing this, but they feel a sense of regret, wishing that they found about this much earlier. But what if I told you that you can actually backdate your concessional contributions? I'll now share my screen and showcase to you how you can use myGov to see if you're eligible or not. So let's get into that. So the first step is to log into myGov. So the URL is my.gov.au, and I'm quite familiar, and I'm sure that most of you guys would have used this platform. If not, please sign up and then follow the prompts. But once you've logged in, you have to go to the Australian Taxation Office. Click on that. From there, navigate to Super at the top, go to Information, expand it, and then go to Carry Forward Concessional Contributions. Click on that. Choose the financial year, and then bam. Here you can see your total superannuation balance as well here. And at the same time, you can see how much unused concessional contributions you have. So whatever the amount is for you, you can see that here. And it says you're eligible, clearly in green and white text in the green box. So that's good. So you can straight away find out if you're eligible or not. And if you click on show details here, you can get further information based on how much you have applicable, how much has already been done, and based on financial years, adding the caps up and how much you've spent through, how much you're applicable. But pretty much you can see here with the grand gesture number, how much you can do and if you're eligible or not, straightforward. After watching this demonstration, I highly urge and encourage you guys to check this out on your own and see if you're eligible or not. Now let's go on to my explanation as to why I believe you should make concessional contributions. Before we go further, if you're still a bit shaky on the term of what salary sacrificing is, I highly encourage you to check out my video that I made, which explains it under 5 minutes. So I'll put an icon sort of here, you can click the eye icon up there, and then you can get further educated on that. But aside from the tax obligation that you're reducing by doing concessional contributions, the other main benefit is that you're safeguarding your future. Well, what do I mean by that? Many people severely underestimate how much super they'll have by the time they retire. In fact, I have a scary table that I'll show you in just a second, based on age cohorts as to how much people have in their super in certain age brackets. The table that's about to pop up on the screen very slowly, it was conducted by a research by the Association of Superannuation Fund of Australia. And based on that, it's quite shocking to see that at the age of 65, both men and women, regardless of gender, have less than $500,000 in this superannuation account. And that to me is very little, especially with the cost of living nowadays. Not to mention, once you reach 65, or let's say change to 70, you're gonna live at least another 10 to 20 years. And even if you have a paid off house, 500,000, that's like almost 50K, a year for 10 years. That's still not necessarily a lot, especially if you want to enjoy the last years of your life, I would say. I truly hope that the stats that I've just shown you has shooken you to the core and made you pay attention and question your future, because it's imperative that you take it on your own hands. Sure, the government's helping us. They're increasing the superannuation guarantee. Currently it's 10.5%, I think, and it's increasing to 12% until 2025 by a 0.5 increment every year. That's great. And that's really good that they've done that, because it was like 9.5 or something before. And that will make sure that Australians have a big nest egg. But if you're an average Joe, and think about it, the cost of living in the last few years has increased rapidly. Think by the time, even though sure you've increased your superannuation fund balance, but based on the cost of living, how much would it truly be worth? So these are good questions you should ask. But I hope you can see the value in this. Obviously, all of this depends on your strategy, as some people who are quite savvy or knowledgeable investors, they may not try and max out as much as they could. Maybe a bit later, they may focus on property, stocks, crypto, or some sort of business, or just something else. But I still believe that for the vast majority of people, superannuation is a really great way to build wealth and to safe track your future, which is what we all want, don't we? I highly encourage you to get proper financial advice on this subject and not just listen to a person on YouTube talking about this. So With that said, I hope this video gave you an idea and gave you inspiration to take your own future in your own hands and to make stuff happen. Thank you for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed this video and it taught you something. See you next time. Bye.